Greetings, fellow horror fans, and happy Friday the 13th to you once again. Yes, we have two Friday the 13ths this year. First, we had one in September, and now we have another one in December. And for the September one, I marked the occasion by giving my personal ranking of all the kills in Friday the 13th Part 2. But rather than jumping on and ranking the kills in part 3 for this Friday the 13th, I'm going to save that for the next Friday the 13th, which there is one next year. I think there's one every year, but there's only one next year. I don't know when it is. So instead, we're going to do something different. We're going to stay on the Friday the 13th part 2 train, because there are two this year, so there's part 2 fever. And I'm going to do something a little different. It's also very similar to other stuff I do when I do trailer reaction. I'm going to do a live reaction to some stuff that I've never seen before, which are the uncut death scenes from Friday the 13th Part 2. So I did a ranking of the kills as they are in the finished film, but a couple of years ago, when they were restoring these movies for, I don't think it's 4K, but like a deluxe edition box set, they managed to finally uncover some missing footage that had been deleted from the film at the time, of like extended death sequences, extended gore. It was cut out by the MPAA for like ratings reasons. So it was restored into relative, I mean, not Blu-ray quality, but pretty good quality. And it was released on that. That's a couple of years ago now. The video I'm watching, it was uploaded in 2020. And at the time, I was like, I should do a reaction video about this. So for those 4 years, I never got around to it. So for those 4 years, I haven't watched this footage. I've seen one or two bits, and it looks really cool. It looks cool how graphic it's going to be. So I'm excited. So I'm going to watch these kills for the first time, and I'm going to do a live reaction, and it will probably just be me going, oh, that was cool, and then we'll wrap the video up, I guess, because I'm very busy at the moment. I don't have a lot of time to do a Friday the 13th Part 3 video, so we're doing Friday Part 2 Uncut Kills reaction. Now, because I haven't seen them, I've only very vaguely skimmed the video that I'm about to watch, the upload that I'm about to watch. So I mean, I hope it's intact. I hope this is everything. I'm assuming it is. I haven't looked into it because I don't want spoilers. I don't want to see everything beforehand. This is a basically blind one. The first kill, Alice's kill, I have seen the extended version, and I really like it. So, we're going to watch it now. I'm going to pop on the old headphones. My hair looks okay. My head looks okay. Well, look at me at this angle. We should do every video like this. Got like a fisheye effect because of the shape of my head, and I always like to make sure that my hair looks. Who do I look like? I look like someone. Anyway, okay, we're going ahead, and I have to make sure to lean back a bit so that I can put the square, the kills themselves uncut in this corner here. And I don't lean into it too much. Okie dokie, let's go. I wonder if this will affect my my ranking at all. We'll see afterwards. I don't remember what my ranking is off the top of my head. So let's go. Yeah, this is the one I've seen. This is sick. Usually it cuts there, but oh, it went all the way through the nose. That's a nice detail. That's where you don't get to see that in the finished film. Alright, Crazy Ralph. Alright, that's longer. They don't have the shot in the finished film of his hand coming down. Damn. F for my boy Crazy Ralph. Such an underrated character. Oh, you can see blood squirting out the back. It's quite dark. But there's a decent amount of blood spurt coming out the background. I'm liking that actor's facial expressions. Very nice. I like that one. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is my favorite kill in Friday Part 2, is the wheelchair kill. How could they even possibly improve upon it? It's basically perfect in the finished film. Oh! Damn, that looked a bit more violent the way he was coming down on the wheelchair as well. Another iconic. I've seen a bit of this. Yo! Whoa! That looked great. Whoa! Yeah, because that double impalement is pretty short in the finished film. It happens a bit too quickly. So I like seeing the extended version of that. What is this music? It really fits the vibe. I was expecting based more blood here. Damn, that's kind of creepy. She's got good facial expressions, that actress. Maybe it's because of the poor lighting of this quality as well, but it looked like she was actually dying because she looks really pale because of the lighting and the poor lighting of this copy. What's this now? This is Jason coming through the window. This might just be extended a bit longer now. Damn. His hair is so floppy. Looks like mine. That was such a great unmasked look for Jason. Oh, he pulls her all the way out the window. Okay. Oh, I think that's it. This isn't gonna pop open or something? No? Okay, it's over. Alright, that was great. Those were fucking awesome, and I understand why they were cut for. Some of them, honestly, you could cut a little for time, because a lot of it is like the kill you know, get stabbed or something, and then it was like kind of a lingering shot of them dying. So for, you know, to get the impact, sometimes it works better to just kind of cut it a bit more quickly. But a lot of them you could see as well that they had like more blood in them, like with the cop. There was like blood spurting out the back of his head that you can't see in the finished film. That I liked a lot, and I did enjoy his facial expression. He was really going for it when he was going down there, and he was like, ah! Which is probably the face you would make if you got a fucking hammer claw to the back of the head. So nothing is like obviously substantially different except for maybe the ice pick kill. Do you know what I mean? Like all the others, it was like a machete to the face, and it was just a longer shot of a machete to the face. The ice pick kill is the only one that changes like my perception of what the kill is, because you know, it's a girl getting stabbed in the head, so I always picture her as getting stabbed. I should do it on this side, like in the head. I never pictured that it would come all the way out this side through her nose. But that looked awesome. I guess with her like making faces, it's a little goofy. I don't know if that was the take that they intended to go with. And that kill is still really effective the way it's again, the way it's edited. Just like you see it go in, you kind of get the point of it as she got the point. That double impalement looked fucking incredible. I can't remember where I ranked that kill. I mean, it's iconic and it's very memorable because it's a double impalement. So that's awesome. But it does happen very quickly, and you don't really see that much of it. And I have seen for years, there's been a famous behind-the-scenes still image of that scene being filmed where they had a full-body shot of the spear going through. So to actually see it in motion was incredible. I thought it looked fucking great. I mean, I'm sure, like, I was looking at this raw. I'm sure if you look at it back, you can tell it's fake. Like, if you look at that still image, you can see which parts are fake and which parts are real. But that was really cool to see. That's probably that and the ice pick kill, I think, are my favorites of the uncut versions. That and the bit with the blood coming out of the back of the cop's head. I think a lot of the others, it was just sort of an extended look at what we already got, which I enjoyed, and I always enjoy a bit of excessive blood. But yeah, like say Vicky, the last girl who gets stabbed below screen. I don't think you really miss anything by having that extended bit cut out where she slides down the wall. I think just the knife going in, she gets stabbed, and that's it. I think that works perfectly fine, if not more effectively, to be honest. So I probably prefer that in the finished film. The wheelchair kill is still, of course, my favorite overall. I don't think that made much of a difference, an extended couple seconds before he rolled off. I think I probably kind of prefer the one in the finished film because it gives more sense of momentum to him getting hit with the machete, and the wheelchair flies backwards off the porch and goes down the steps. Whereas in this one, there's more time where it takes him more time to roll back, so it feels a bit more brutal. I think in the finished film, again, these are just my very raw thoughts. I haven't coordinated these in any way or found a better way to articulate them or whatever. This is just my raw reaction, but in my head, that's the way I'm picturing it. That it's a bit more impactful when he goes straight off the edge, whereas that was like lingering a bit. So I think that was probably the right decision, to be honest, to cut it there and give it a bit more oomph. Crazy Ralph as well. I do see it because I do think Crazy Ralph dies very quickly, and this happens a lot in all media. I make fun of it on Columbo a lot, that characters will die from like suffocation or strangulation, or on that show Drowning, very quickly. I think if you strangle in the film, like Jason only strangles Crazy Ralph for a few seconds, which I don't believe would be enough to kill him. So extending it makes sense. It would make sense it was longer, but at the same time, for pacing, for just the impact of it, you're just looking at a man slowly be strangled. You know, there's not much to that. There's not much you can do with that. So I understand kind of why that was cut. I mean, I keep saying I understand why it was cut. I know it wasn't. Most of these weren't edited for creative reasons. It was for to like avoid censorship. It was censorship. It was to avoid getting like an X rating. They had to cut it down to get an R rating, to get it into more theaters so it could make more money. So I don't think there was an artistic decision between which cut looks better. But I do think then that, I guess that's sort of a happy accident in the way that some of the kills actually are more effective. They feel more brutal when they're more quick as they are in the finished film. But I would have liked to have seen the ice pick through Alice's head, like all the way coming out of her nose. And I would have loved to have seen the double impalement, of course. That's a fucking incredible sequence. I wish they'd included that. I think that would have improved it. Again, I don't remember off the top. I should have watched it again. Watched my own video. You should go and watch my video, by the way, if you haven't seen it, of my Friday the 13th Part 2 kills ranking. Wherever I put the double impalement, if it was the uncut version, it probably would have gone up one spot. Because it's great and iconic, as I said, but I don't love it because it's very quick and you don't really see a lot. Whereas if they'd shown it, it would have been right up there and one of my favorite kills maybe of the series. Anyway, those are just my initial thoughts on watching those deleted scenes from Friday the 13th Part 2. There are a bunch of uncut kills out there from, say, Part 7, but I've seen them many times. I mean, I could do a reaction, but I've seen them. And there are some from Part 6 that aren't substantively different. There was a lot of stuff that was cut from Part 5 that so far has never seen the light of day. That would be my Friday the 13th Holy Grail, would be getting the uncut footage from Part 5. I would love to see Uncut Part 5, because I think that's the point in this series where the series really starts to suffer from the MPAA editing. Because, as I said, as I've repeated many times in this video, I think it's still quite effective, if not more effective in the finished film, the way some of these are edited. But I think from Part 5 onwards is when you really start to miss the gore. I think Part 5 has a huge body count, but a lot of the weakest kills in the series. And I love Part 5. I'm a huge fan of Part 5 and always been. Well, maybe not a defender of the movie. I can't defend it as good. But I do like Part 5 a lot. But there's a lot of just below screen stabbings. You see a hand go up with a knife, and you see a shot of the person going, and then you see a shot of the knife going down below screen. You cut away. You don't even get a shot, very rarely a shot, like a close-up, an extreme close-up of the knife going in, even stabbing into a pillow. Once or twice, but very few. And then sometimes after that, you don't even get like a bloody aftermath. It's like, oh, guess that person got stabbed. You can't even cut back to them and see them with like the knife in their chest or anything. They got stabbed, and that's the end of them, and that's the end of their character in the movie. That's the kill, and that's really weak. And Part 5 is full of kills like that. But apparently, there was a decent amount of gore footage. I believe so anyway. That was shot, and then that was cut out. So I mean, if this could be found, like nearly 30, nearly 40 years after that movie came out, Friday Part 2 came out in 81, and they discovered it, around 2020, I think? Friday Part 5 came out in 1985, it's now 2024. We can find it. That stuff's got to be out there somewhere. Part 5 also famously, they shot a really long, apparently very graphic sex scene that was then cut out for being too damn hot for TV, or for even the cinema, it would seem. So, you know, just while you're looking for the uncut gore footage, if anyone's out there looking for the uncut Part 5 gore footage, you could just, you know, if you just happen to find anything else, you could put it out there in the world. And even if you don't want to make it public, you could send it directly to me here at A Match Schlock Horror. I would, you know, very selflessly take on the burden of possessing that footage for myself and watching it and reviewing it and going frame by frame just to make sure, you know, everything was, well, you know, in order or whatever, and be like, yep, I see why this was not MPA friendly. I'm putting it out there selflessly, okay? I would be willing to take that on board, and if you don't want to entrust it to me, then feel free to entrust it to everybody in the world. Or if you're going to entrust it to one single person, make sure it's one person who then puts it on the internet, so that I could watch it, I could do a reaction video on it for whenever the next Friday the 13th is in the next year. When is it? When's Friday the 13th, 2025? It's in fucking June! Ah, well, the movies are set in June. It was set in June 1979, I think, was it originally? Or was it set in July? I don't fucking know. One of them must be set in June. It's got to be Friday the 13th, usually in the summer. I think it was set in June. So we only have one next year in June, and then there are two Friday the 13th in 2026. No, there's three Friday the 13th in 2026. Mother of Jesus, fucking hell. There's one in February, there's one in March, and there's one in November. God. Well, if ever there was a time to make a new fucking Friday the 13th movie already, next year's the year, man. Come on, make fucking Part 13 already, for fuck's sake. And make sure it's gory and uncut. And give it, you know, selflessly give it to the fans like me. Anyway, if you only exclusively watch my Friday the 13th videos, I will see you on Friday the 13th of June 2025. For everyone else who watches my videos regularly, I'll see you on whatever the fucking next video that comes out is. I don't know what it's going to be. I have no schedule. I'm just flying by the seat of me fucking bollocks here. But I appreciate you coming along for the ride. And if you don't watch this video, how am I talking to you? Think about that. You're not watching this video, but you can still hear me. Yeah, that'll fucking keep you up at night. Anyway, happy Friday the 13th. I hope you're having a good one. It's not unlucky. Watch a Friday the 13th movie or several. Watch part 2. Last Friday the 13th, I showed my family Jason Goes to Hell. That's a fucking crazy movie, but they really enjoyed it. I love Jason Goes to Hell. It's one of my favorites in the series. Eventually, maybe next year I'll finally do the Friday the 13th ranking, since there are 3 Friday the 13th in 2026, and they're maybe not going to make a Friday the 13th movie. And when they were making a Friday the 13th show, and I think it got cancelled or something, or the showrunner left it anyway, and it was Brian Fuller. I think he's not doing it anymore, and maybe they're not doing it at all. So we gotta have some kind of Friday the 13th content for 2026. And you know what? Every other day as well. You don't only have to wait for it to be Friday the 13th to watch a Friday the 13th movie. You can watch them all year round. They're timeless classics, every single one of them. And that is why it is one of my favorite film series ever. I fucking love Friday the 13th. In case you haven't been able to tell by now, because I am talking and it is 22 minutes. So I am going to wrap it up. I'm going to wish you once again a happy Friday the 13th. If you're watching a Friday the 13th movie, comment below. Let me know. If you're not watching this video and you can hear me, post a comment and let me know about that, because that'd be interesting. I'd like to know about that. And very safe, happy Friday the 13th and every other date. All your other Fridays, your Monday through Thursday, your weekends, all of them are good. You know, I don't wish badness on anyone except for my enemies. And if you're my enemy and you're hearing this, even if you're not watching it, but you can hear me and you're my enemy, oh, sit fucking tight for 2026 when we have 3 Friday the 13th. I'm fucking coming for you, motherfuckers. Okay, peace out. 2, sign Friday the 13th part 2. Watch Friday part 2. Watch any installment in the series that you like. Watch them all. Watch all fucking 12 of them. Go for it. All day marathon. Why not? It's great. It's fucking art, you know? Not Art the Clown, but, you know, that's a whole other thing. Anyway, happy Friday the 13th to you and yours. And my enemies? No, not happy to my enemies. But happy to you, my friends, and viewers and my loyal audience here on Friday the 13th. December 2024. God, it's nearly Christmas. It's gonna be Christmas by the time I wrap up this fucking video, and by the time I finish editing, and by the time you finish watching, it's gonna be Christmas, it's gonna be New Year, and it's gonna be 2026. I'm gonna miss Friday the 13th of June 2025, for fuck's sake. So this video is so long, we'll split it in 2. So this is Wicked Part 1. Join me again for Wicked Part 2. Ah, there we go. I could feel that coming in my chest. Yeah, if anyone saw Wicked, don't fuck off. I don't care. If you haven't seen Wicked, don't go see it. Watch Friday the 13th instead. And that is my final word on the matter. Because here comes my finger. I'm going to press the button. But the button isn't in the lens. It's like below it. So but then I got to put my other hand around it to hold the camera steady when I push the button. So I'm pushing the button. I'm pushing the big red button and setting off the nukes on Friday the 13th part. What 2? 2 for this year, part 2. I'll do it with the 2 fingers, but I'll need to push them together. 2, yeah. Look, POV, where you're having my 2 fingers inserted into you. There you go. If you're my enemy, fucking think about that.